American actress Cameron Diaz is getting mixed reactions on social media after a controversial take she made on the Lipstick on the Rim podcast. This past week, Cameron Diaz made an appearance on the Lipstick on the Rim podcast, and she suggested that married couples would be happier if they slept in different rooms. She pretty much supported the idea that it should be completely acceptable for married couples to have separate bedrooms and even separate houses, which, as you can expect from the title of this video, turned out to be very controversial, you guys.
We should normalize like separate bedrooms.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Quote about it. If you're true, you're like, I would just meet.
That's the to
By the
me.
way-
Like I would literally like I have my house, you have yours. We have the family house in the middle. I will go and sleep in my room. You go sleep in your room. I'm fine.
Now, personally, I can see where Cameron is coming from when she says this, and so can some other people on social media, but I can also understand how many people would be shocked at this. Now, there were differing opinions on this hot take. Some people were just like, they agree with her and they were happy with what she had to say, saying that she was right, that people should destigmatize couples sleeping in separate bedrooms, that it's completely normal, and some people just have different work schedules that they'd prefer being in separate environments, or maybe things like they don't want to hear their partner snoring at night, or just not be as comfortable sleeping in a bed together than sleeping alone, which I could get that as well. But then there were others saying things like, why would you want to sleep in a separate bed without the love of your life? How could you say something like that? Is that really normal though? Are you really their lover if you want to sleep in a different bed than them? And things like that. And then we had people somewhat on the middle ground, somewhat agreeing with Cameron's take, but saying that it's just not realistic, especially in today's economy, that even though some people would like to have their own privacy and space here and there, that it just wouldn't be ideal. Maybe having separate bedrooms would be a bit pragmatic, but when she mentioned separate houses so that the couple can pretty much live separately, and then when she said she would have liked another house in the middle between them for them to kind of meet up and link up and do whatever they want to do, that also caused a strong reaction as well. I mean, a whole nother house, people were just like, in what world? And personally, I do get having two separate houses. Say each partner has their own work schedule and wants to operate in their own space for some time and then visit each other's homes when they want to get together and be more intimate and whatnot, but a lot of people completely lost it when she brought up having a whole nother house just for them to meet up. But then again, this is Cameron Diaz. This woman is rich. There were a lot of people who agreed with Cameron, as I mentioned, saying things like this, but there were also many other people disagreeing with Cameron's hot take, saying things like, I don't care how other folks live, but that's a deal breaker for me. Sleeping together is a core love language for me. I could never, because I can't sleep without him next to me.
Cameron Diaz said we should normalize married couples having separate bedrooms. Now listen, whatever works for you works for you. I'm not here to judge anybody's marriage, but I want to tell you about a game changer I discovered in my relationship, and that's called having two comforters on the bed. Yeah, you have to make an aesthetic choice when you make the bed. If someone's coming over, you're going to have company that may or may not see your room, but having two comforters solves everything. You can roll yourself up like a burrito in the middle of the night, not have to worry about taking from your significant other, and vice versa. My husband, when we first got together, which we've been together ages at this point, he brought that little trick and tip with him. Game changer. At no point have I ever thought, oh, he needs his own room. And he's a snorer, and maybe I can just deal with that, but the fact that I can always roll up like a burrito, that just makes me happy. Plus, I'd be a little sadsies if my husband was in a different room, because I feel like I would get lonely because there'd be nobody to talk to about what I was watching on television. And I'm a very chatty person, but I'd rather have him there and just have my own separate blanket.
But at the end of the day, I think couples should do what works for them, because what works for some may not work for all.
Let's give kudos to Cameron Diaz, who is normalizing the fact that many couples don't sleep in the same bedroom. It's a myth that couples have to sleep in the same bedroom to be a couple. It's a myth that they should be having action in the bedroom, that they should have to live together, that they should have to do anything. And the reason these myths continue is because Couples don't tell the truth. They lie. They lie outside of their relationship because they're too afraid of being judged. You'll see in the comments as this video gets out there that people have lots of judgment. Well, they're not really a couple. Well, then they're just friends. Well, that might be true for you if it isn't working for you in a relationship, but this isn't true. As a gay man in a gay relationship, we make up our own rules about what we want to be right for us as a couple. And so should you. Couples have their own rules, their own norms, their own culture, and they should be able to talk openly about it. And I'm so grateful to Cameron Diaz for exposing the fact that some couples just don't sleep in the same bedroom.
This whole topic of discussion really started making its rounds on social media shortly afterwards, with lots of others giving their take, and I mean, this got so controversial it even made its way to national news. Even CBS Morning chimed in on this.
Voters, some shake their heads no, so I'm curious what you two think about that.
If I had a husband or a partner, I would want to be in the same bed.
Yeah.
If the times you want to sleep separately, I think those are called spare bedroom.
Yeah.
But so many people say snoring or they're reckless sleepers.
If the person's a wild sleeper or snoring, we'll give you a pass. But if everything's okay, I feel like sleeping in the same bed it's a must.
But it works for a lot of couples,
it's a must.
though. It works for a lot of couples.
A lot of people have had that arrangement where
I like to cuddle.
I'm not knocking it.
You know,
like to cuddle?
Yeah, I like to. I'm a cuddler. Yeah.
Spooner?
I'm the big spoon though.
Are you?
Yeah. But I like to cuddle though. So how you gonna cuddle if she's in a different room? You know?
That's true.
I do have to mention that Cameron did backtrack and say she doesn't feel this way anymore towards her husband specifically, but that she felt this way before marriage, and she does still support the idea of it.
And we have the bedroom in the middle that we can convene in for,
This is
our
going to be a bad
relationship.
headline. You should not.
I've already said it.
Yeah, she's already
I've already said it.
actually. No, I will
She's
tell
brought you
you-
something up before. But by the way, I don't feel that way now because my husband is so wonderful.
As far as Cameron's relationship with her husband, who she's been married to for over 9 years, it doesn't seem like they have any problems with each other for Cameron to make this statement, at least not publicly, but her husband does show love to her publicly. He recently shared a anniversary message to her, basically expressing his love to her, and they seem to be in a pretty healthy relationship, but I guess Cameron just prefers her own solitude at times, and she's made that clear. While the couple often keep their life private, Benji, Cameron's husband, has expressed his love to Cameron on Instagram earlier this year, as I mentioned, and he even made a post just a couple of months ago wishing Cameron a happy birthday. Anyways, guys, I definitely want to know your opinions on this whole controversial debate. What do you think about Cameron's hot take? Do you agree with her? Do you disagree? Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.